All right, so we're going to go ahead and get right into this. I want to take a few minutes to let everybody know who you are. But before you do that, we're going to kind of talk about what it is we're going to be discussing. So,
Good.
one of the things that's kind of been organic for me and Andrew is that we've just kind of taken this journey of being able to add value through different topics, personal development, just kind of like on the go, for quick things that we like to do. So he is going to tell us exactly what it is that we're going to be kind of covering today. And, we're just going to have an organic conversation. That's just kind of how we do.
Well,
Sounds good.
All
well,
right.
first, how are you doing today?
Hi, Andrew. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Today I want to talk about basically how we can develop our brand outside of social media. There's all the things like setting up a page, doing ads, engagements, being active. But I don't really feel like the outside of social media has been touched on as well because local communities can actually bring in a lot of support for your business.
Okay.
I agree. That is so true.
All right. So we're going to start with you telling us a little bit about um, how you got started with your business. Tell us what your business is. And, we'll just jump in and kind of just address the whole thing of how it is that you're building your brand outside of social media.
All right. Well, my name is Cecelia Morris, and I go by the
Mhm.
tagline I'm your engineer by education, home business owner by desire. And I've actually been online almost 3 years with my business. I struggled with a lot of the things in the network marketing industry with using traditional marketing methods. And in August of 2016, I took my business online. January of 2017, I really got some momentum. July of 2018, I created my own course training package. And
Mm.
let's see. And so I've been pretty much building online. And this year, actually, I started last October. Last October, I actually started going out into the neighborhood, so to speak, where I was getting face to face with business owners,
Oh,
asking them if I could give them my services as their social media manager. And
okay.
yeah, so today I've done restaurants, chiropractic offices, dentist office, and today I actually met with a gentleman who owns a beauty supply store.
Oh,
So the way I get out off of social media is to actually get out into the community and talk with people. But when I do that, I do my research first. I look up their business on Facebook. I see what they have going on with their business page, or if they've got any groups out there. So that way, when I do go talk to them, I've got some information in my arsenal, so that way I can tell them while I'm there what services that I can provide for them as their social media manager.
Okay, cool. So I'm guessing that when you go visit these locations, do you have statistical information or like previous data from other businesses or from other clients you've dealt with as a way of like,
Well, mostly what I do is I start off the initial conversation because I do usually have my tablet with me, and I show them my testimonials page on my website so they can
okay,
mm-hmm.
testimonials from other people that I've worked with. I don't really like sharing statistics because no business is the same. I
right,
have
Oh, okay.
two chiropractors that you're working for, but that doesn't mean that they're going to see the same or similar results. So you
Right.
don't want to set up unrealistic expectations. And a lot of what I do, I don't set expectations like, oh, I'm going to increase your sales by 20%, or I'm going to get traffic coming into your door. Those are the things that I do. What I do promise is to provide engagement, help them set up ads, get promotions, show them how to use chatbots to get in people's messenger, help them set up promotional calendars. And usually the promotional calendars are very helpful in terms of getting them business, but I don't make any concrete promises.
Okay. I love that point that you made about the whole thing of unrealistic expectations. This is so important when it comes to building business because a lot of times when we are striving to do a business, we kind of look at different people and we want to take a piece of what they're doing and a piece of what this person's doing. And we kind of lose our authentic self. And so I really can appreciate the whole comment that you made about people having testimonials because, you know, you're able to provide the value that you are confident with providing. And I think that's a key point because a lot of times when we're in here trying to compete with other people, we're starting to add all these different services or want to be all things to all people, and we end up not successful in anything.
Mhm.
Exactly. Biting off more than you can chew is definitely
Right.
a problem. And you know,
Mm-hmm.
I've heard this years ago, and I still live by this today. You under promise and over deliver.
Right. Right. Absolutely right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cecilia, what do you think about attending social events or Eventbrite sessions or things of that nature?
I've actually done a couple of Eventbrite sessions. I set up a workshop at my local library, and I
Mm.
advertised that through Eventbrite. And there's another gentleman that I'm working with here in Dayton. He's setting up kind of like a small business coalition. He just had an event last Friday at one of our more popular venues here in the area. So I do try to get out, get to events, and network. I always have to caution myself and my clients, don't look at a networking event as a way to get your business out there because you're not having an authentic conversation. It's about getting to know people, understanding what they do, listening, of course, to what they say. And more than likely, they will let you know what areas they're struggling in, and then you can then tell them how you can help them relieve that pain, so to speak.
I love that, you know, because, yeah, because one of the things that we want to remember in terms of building our business is that there's always leads that are out there, you know. So a lot of times we have goals and objectives. Hey, I need to get 10 clients, you know, I want to maintain a certain level of income. But, you know, you get your 10 clients and you forget about those clients because next month you're trying to find 10 more. And so you begin to start losing the value that you're bringing to your clientele because you're out there still trying to chase people.
Mhm.
Whereas if you get into a mindset that it is a slow process and you begin to value what it is you're working towards and what it is that you're bringing to your clientele that have entrusted you to provide a service for them, you know, you will begin to create avenues and ways that you can continue to add service for them so that they can actually refer you and they can be a billboard for your business.
Right.
That's one of the things I try to remember when I do coaching. How do you feel about that, Sylvia?
I agree because if you're always on the chase, then you're actually doing a disservice to the clients that you have. And one
Mm-hmm.
of the good things about what it is that I do is that I offer a service that is renewable every 30 days. So at least I know I have a core group of people that I'm working with and building a long term relationship with. So it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
become as much pressure for me to get that next client because I've already built up that residual income.
Okay. Now,
That's good.
yeah, one of the things I wanted to add. So, you know, we feel it's important to show our customers that we value them. So, what are some things that make doing business with you unique? What valuable service do you provide to your customers so that you can make sure that you keep them in a position that they should be in terms of services that you provide?
Well, for the services, I have a 12-week package. And
Mm-hmm.
for those 12 weeks, we have 6 personal coaching sessions that are recorded on Zoom in that 12-week window. I am definitely their accountability partner. I'm always kind of holding their feet to the fire. And once
Mm-hmm.
a shorter program that's 6 weeks with 3 individual coaching sessions. I record those sessions in Zoom. I send them the video so they have them to refer back to. And once the coaching part is done, I then invite them to the Facebook group. So that way they are still plugged in with me and are also plugged in with like-minded people who are doing the same thing they're doing.
I like that.
That's
Okay,
good. That's
that's
very
good.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because once your job, so to speak, is done, you don't want to just say like, okay, thanks for everything, see you later. You got to create that follow up. So that way
Mm-hmm.
you feel with them, because one of the things that I've learned in this business is that once someone gets to know, like, and trust you, if you do have something new that comes out, you have something, a new program or something that you've created, those are the people that are most likely to buy into you a second time, because they've already seen the value of what you provided. So you don't want to lose them just because your coaching process is done.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so that's kind of like looking at the life cycle of a client. That's good. Okay. So let's say somebody is, they're getting started with their business, because we want to be able to give somebody something practical that they can implement today, because fear is one of the things that kind of stops us from moving forward, or it could be, I don't have enough resources, or I don't know how to get online. So, we've got all these different things that kind of come up as obstacles, and we just kind of sit there and let them paralyze us from taking action. So if you have somebody that's new, they want to start a business, or, begin to create a presence outside of social media, what are some practical ways that you can suggest they can get started today to do that?
Well, the first thing I would suggest is, and I got this actually from the Steve Harvey show earlier this week, is they need to sit down and make a list at what they're good at.
Okay.
That actually start charging people for.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be, I'm a computer person, so social media was right up my alley, but your thing may be makeup, or it may be hair, or it may be landscaping, or it may be tutoring. Make that list, or it may be cooking. I have a good friend of mine. She's actually started a cake business. I think she's coming close to her second year, where she makes custom crunch cakes, and they are delicious. They're $45 for a cake, and it is well worth it.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so you find that thing that you're good at that you can monetize. So that would be step one. And then you just have to eliminate the fear of going out in the community. If you don't want to you need to have a social media presence. I tell everybody that I don't care what you do, you have to have a presence on social media, because that is where people will look for you for referrals, recommendations, testimonies, just to see what you're doing.
Okay.
Have to be anything super, super elaborate, but people are for you on social media. But yeah, make that list of those things that you're good at, decide and pick one that you want to start with, and kind of have to put yourself out there. And that's a scary thing for a lot of people. I mean, walking a business cold turkey and asking, can I speak to the owner or the manager? That can be really intimidating to some people. But once you do it once, the first time is always the hardest, and then it becomes easier after that, because you have confidence in what it is that you do and the services you provide and the money that you're going to charge.
That's good. That's good. All right. So those are some key points that is practical. I like the way that it's something that we can implement immediately. All right. So do you have any other words of wisdom or anything you want to close us out with in terms of building your brand or anything of that nature? Or just let us know how to get a hold of you. That's one thing. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Definitely.
Well, you can find me on Facebook at successwithcecelia.com.
Okay.
It's on Facebook, Success with Cecelia. You can find me there. I'm also on YouTube. I think you should be able to type in my name, Cecelia, Cecelia, and find me on YouTube. And then I'm on Instagram, of course, with my name, Cecelia. So you can definitely find me there. But any advice that I would give anybody, I would just say be true to your authentic self and don't compare yourself to anyone else that's doing something similar to what you are.
Sounds good. All right. That's a good way to close out. Well, we appreciate your time, Celia. And as you move forward in your business, hopefully we'll be connecting again, and you can join us and give us some more practical tips so we can be successful in our business.
Well, I appreciate you having me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.